What's up, you guys? I'm Amber.
And I'm Patty.
And welcome back to another episode of Chromosomes and Chaos.
Two moms, two perspectives, one badass podcast.
All right, let's start with some Chaos Corner today.
Ooh,
What
yes.
you got?
Should we do holiday edition?
Yeah, we have to. The
okay.
holidays are here. The holidays are here, whether you're ready or not.
Ready? It's the most wonderful time. No, I'm joking. Go ahead. What do you got?
Let's see. What was my Chaos Corner this week?
Ooh, cookies.
Oh, cookies. Yes, the cookies. So we have decided to do a winter project, which I wouldn't do this in the winter. But I've been wanting built-ins, so we moved into our house like 3 or 4 years ago.
You just have a really handy husband.
Very handy husband. So thankful for that. Shout out to Tyler. And I'm like, let's just redo our built-ins right before Christmas. And so here we are redoing the built-ins. So on one side we have like the kitchen and then the dining room and then like the living room. Tyler's destroying our built-ins, our fireplace, whatever. So he's just hammering away. And on the other side, I am like, let's make holiday memories and let's bake some cookies. So every year since Ivy's been about 2 and Pierce has been 4, we've just decided to make some cookies. Yeah. And so it's fun. They're very boring, basic, but also the best cookies too, because the way they make them and decorate them is so fun and cute. But I just get like the sugar cookie mix. And then I just put some eggs in there, whatever, bake them. And then we mix different colors of frosting. We get the sprinkles and we get everything. And then the kids get to go haywire on cookies and all the sprinkles everywhere, all over the floor, the frostings everywhere. And it's just chaotic. So Porter, it was really loud. Ivy didn't seem to mind too much, but he had these big headphones on.
Too loud.
And then Pierce would like peek his head around and then go upstairs and be like, Dad's too loud. I'm like, I know, but that's just what we're dealing with right now. So it was very chaotic. Screaming, hammering, all the things, food everywhere. But I'm like, it's for the memories. And we still had fun. We still had a lot of fun. So I would say that was my chaos corner for the week.
I think everything about the holidays is just chaos. Like the mounting things of like the to-do list and the things you have to do. The best thing happened that has never happened before, and I was really excited about it. Over the weekend, we had carolers for the first time.
Gosh.
And I was like, Lisa was out plowing snow. And so I was at home with the kids and my mom was over and she was downstairs and there was a ring at the door. And I'm like, who's at the door? Thinking it was probably, the door was locked and it was probably the next door kid. Yes, Max or Tilly coming over. And then I heard Addie starting jumping up and down. And the dog was barking. So I get over there. I see it's a group of people. I put the dog away and it's carolers. And then I'm like, oh my gosh. And then I recognized one of the girls and it's one of Addie's classmates and they're all singing. And I'm like, oh my gosh. And they had like this little tin with some candies. And then I look over and Addie doesn't have any pants on.
Of course.
I mean,
leave it to Addie.
I mean, it's fine, right? Her shirt was long enough, thankfully, and then they got done, and we had been coloring. We were working on some coloring just to have a fun activity. Mm-hmm. And she really wanted to give the drawing to her friend Ellie, and so she runs out. It was snow on the ground and no pants, no shoes on I'm like, Addie, I will go give it to her. So I take the paper, I go out, and then Addie comes running out after. I'm like, get back inside. Like, oh my gosh. But I've never had carolers before and I love music and I love carolers. And I'm like, oh my God, please do this every year. How can I join you? I want to go caroling. Like,
yes. So my mom, she grew up with 12 brothers and sisters.
Oh my God, that's a lot.
The 6, 7 sisters.
Yeah.
They would all go caroling like back in the day. And you don't see that anymore. It's amazing.
I was like, it just made my entire Christmas. I loved it.
And so we're going to do it next year? Is that what we're going to do?
You want to do it?
Yeah.
Will you sing with me?
Yeah. Let's do it. You'll rap. I'll be the backup dancer.
I'm always the rapper in everything. It's fine. I love it. I think the whole holidays are just a little chaotic and a little overwhelming and all of those things.
Yeah.
But
yeah, it was fun though. I love it's a stressful time of year.
Yeah.
It's a chaotic time of year, but it's also like a very fulfilling time of year because just making those cookies with the kids was so fun and just the things that they would say. Porter at one time, like we were probably 20 minutes into it, he's like, I'm going to stretch a lot today. This is so hard.
Like, buddy, you're
Eddie,
decorating.
you've made 2 cookies.
You got 40 more to go.
Let's go. Let's go. I think he was done. His attention span compared to Ivy. Ivy could sit there and decorate the cookies like all day.
Yeah.
Where boys are just different. Like
Yeah,
they're just
they
like, I'm out.
are.
Peace out. I'm over it.
I'm over
bored.
this.
Or on to something else.
Right.
But yeah, it was fun. It was good. But I think that's all Santa Claus, we did see Santa, well, for the Gigi's Playhouse
Yeah.
party, which is great because I'm a one time and done with Santa Claus.
Yes.
Like we can't go to
Yes.
4 or 5 different ones because it just gets overwhelming.
Yeah.
And then the kids just start to ask way too many questions of why was he look like this? Why did he look like this? Oh, it's just their helper. It's just their helper. But it's been nice to just have one Santa to go to, Gigi's, and then we're done.
Well, and that kind of leads into our episode today of just like holiday expectations versus holiday like realities. And I think when Addie was first born, like I think that first year, I think we went to like 5 different Santas, got all the pictures, Bass Pro Shop, all of the things. And it's like over the years, it's very much now like, I'm good. Like we use like going to the Gigi's Playhouse breakfast with Santa as our yearly see Santa. And it's like, that's what works for us. I'm not trying to go to a bunch of different places. I'm also very much like, I love the lights and I love the music and I love the experiences and the cookies and the time with family and like all of that stuff. You know, Cooper, I think this is the first, probably first year. And so he's almost 5 that he has actually like been okay with Santa. Like we have pictures of him like screaming in tears next to Santa, like awful. I mean, I love them and I laugh at them.
Yes.
And there's one that like pulls up on our little rotating picture thing that's on the kitchen counter. And it's Cooper like,
it's crazy to see different families, how kids respond different, or like they'll post the next year's one and be like, okay, we were not scared of Santa this year.
Right.
But I don't know that any of my kids were scared, but those poor kids and what's going through their mind when they see like
what I want to do, I want to do a photo shoot with somebody dressed up as the Grinch.
Yeah,
that would be fun.
That'd be a lot of fun.
So if you're a photographer out there, I know we know lots of them. I need somebody to dress up as the Grinch and have like some type of I think that one would be some fun ones. Because those blooper pictures are my favorite.
They're funny. They're hilarious.
We have some pretty great ones. We did a Christmas tree farm a couple years ago, and Trice didn't even want to touch the grass. Like, it was hilarious. And then Cooper didn't want his picture taken at all.
Yeah.
It's like, yep, we're just going to make, if looks could kill, Cooper's pictures in all of them would be like, yeah.
Not having it.
No.
Not having it. In Des Moines, there's so many things to do, though. There's those, like the Holly Jolly lights.
I love
We're going to
it.
go to that Tuesday night.
And then ever gone to the Beaverdale area? Beaverdale is so much fun.
Beaverdale's cute too. So we usually go right after that. So we'll go to Holly Jolly Lights, and then we'll go to Rockin' Santa Lights.
Yep, there's Rockin' Santa, Holly Jolly.
Where's Holly Jolly? Is that out at the Iowa State Fairgrounds? I think that's where that one's at.
Is that a long time ago it used to be at Waterworks, and then it went out to Adventureland, and so I don't know where it is.
I think maybe now it's at the Iowa State Fair. We haven't hit that one up yet, but maybe we'll do that one too. I don't know.
I think we're doing that. We're doing a bunch of it next week. I think we're just going to put all the seats down in the minivan.
Yeah. And that gets me to this point of these damn lights. It cost $40 to drive through this light thing for like 10 minutes.
10 minutes at least, yeah.
It's fun. It's all for the memories. But I'm like, are the kids excited about the lights? Are they just more damn excited to be able to get out of their car seats and be able to go wherever they want in the car? I think that's probably a combo of everything.
Yeah.
Like, guys, I'll take you out to the farm and you can get out of your seatbelts and we can drive on the gravel roads. For free.
That'll be so much fun.
And then all the restaurants too that are doing like the snow globes now and stuff. That's pretty cool.
Those pop-up events, those are a lot of fun with all of like the snow globe and I know Exile does it. And...
Central Standard. So that's like a hidden gem. You can get reservations. It is so cute. So we're gonna go there.
No, because I know Exile like books up like if you don't make the reservation months in advance.
So Central Standard has it now,
and it's check it out.
So fun. So I get reservations easily for Tuesday night. This is just like yesterday for 5 of us. So I'll like literally from 3 p.m. to 9 p.m.
I'll have to check into it
so
because that's one of the things we haven't done yet this year, and we've kind of done that like a little date night with the kids.
Yeah. So check that.
A lot of
do
fun.
Tuesday night. I think we're going at 5:30
next Tuesday night. I think that we're doing. I think that's the night that we're doing lights.
Same.
So,
Yeah.
maybe I have to check into
Yeah.
that. I'll book it.
But yeah, so those are good traditions that
Yeah.
we like to do. Otherwise, like you said, it's just I'm
I learned something about you that and I feel it's funny because then you learned the same thing about me, but I would have 100% pegged you as an elf on the shelf, and you are not. And I
I'm
am
not.
not an elf person.
No,
No,
not. Which
absolutely.
I thought you were.
Oh no. I have an addictive personality, so I'm like, if we're doing this, we're going all out, and I don't have the capacity to do that.
Right.
Like, I'm not going to half-ass it.
No.
And I don't have the capacity. And like when Elf on the Shelf first became a thing, parents were like, I had friends that would be like, hey, will you go over to my house and move my elf? Like, what? You want me to do what? And then people come up with all these no,
Yeah.
I'm going to go to bed. Well, I don't sleep very well anyway, but not because of an elf. Like, no.
No. And I live vicariously through all the things I see on social media with my
Yeah.
friends. I'm like,
Yeah.
props to you. But if we had one, I think it would just sit in the same spot
Yes.
because at the end of the night, I don't want to go get creative. My creative mindset is
No.
tanked. I'm just ready to veg out and not like move something or
Nope.
come up with an idea or
People who do things after they put their children to bed deserve a trophy. Because when I put my kids to bed, I'm also putting myself
Self
to
to
bed.
bed,
And
not
there is
doing
no
anything.
after the kids go to bed because I'm in bed
yeah.
too.
And I feel
no.
like when you're in Shelf or Elf on the Shelf, you're in it. Like you are in it. And if you're not, you're
But
just
you're
not.
not just in it, like you're in it for years.
Years.
It's not
right.
like this is hey, let's just try it. Like, at what age do kids grow out of Elf on the Shelf? And depending on how many kids, oh no.
No.
Nope.
But my mom gifted us one like 4 years ago. And I think she forgot about it.
Love you, Mom.
Maybe every year she's
You've
like,
just reminded her.
where is the elf? Right.
Amber.
Love you, Mom. Love you. But yeah, she's the creative one. So that would be right up her alley of thinking of all the creative things to do. Like her and Ivy could just go haywire with that elf.
Yeah.
But no, I'm not. And then too, what I think is they would wake up extra early to be the first ones to go see where the elf was. And I'm sure that would change after a while. Like the newness of it would wear off and they want it. But at 5 a.m., I'm not wanting those guys to wake up and be like, where's the elf? What is he doing? I saw it first. No, I saw it first. That's not fair. You woke up. So I'm just like not doing it.
Yeah.
But then Ivy, so we went to this gingerbread decorating thing not too long ago.
Oh, fun.
The little boy across goes, so what's your guys' elf name? And I'm like, no.
Our neighbor
And I
girl
was just
came
sitting
over.
there and I'm like,
do you have an elf? No. Well, why don't you have an elf? Oh, nope. There's no elves in this house.
So then you got to think of a reason why you don't have one.
Mom, why don't we have an elf?
Yeah.
My sister and brother-in-law, he used to come up with the most elaborate ways that their elf died every year. And I mean, some trauma probably will be happening.
Traumatized. How are the kids?
They're great. They're fantastic. It's all good. Yeah. But I think like the holidays are like the most wonderful time of the year. But I think for a lot of kiddos and especially, our kiddos with a disability, like it's still also overwhelming, overstimulating, a break in routine, all the sounds. Like I know for Addie, she thrives in routine. And so then you have like holiday break and like all of the extras. And so I think we've done a pretty good job of like just trying, I think, to lower the expectations for her, right? Like,
oh yeah,
how do you interact? Like not forcing to do things. Like if you want to be in the picture, cool, be in the picture. If you don't want to be in the picture, you don't have to be, right?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. Same with Pierce because we always go to Indiana. So there's 11 kids under the age of 9. And
woo!
It's a lot of fun. We've hit it. We've hit the point though. We can all be adults upstairs and like hang out, and the kids are all playing downstairs until there's brawlouts and fights and whatever. But it's not like the things we did back in the day when they were all so little. But that's how it was with Pierce's. I put all these expectations on like he needs to be with the family in the family room where it's loud and chaotic, and it's just gotten to a point where if he wants to go remove himself and go to a quiet room on his iPad or whatever with his, hopefully he likes his Tony box that we got him, just to be by himself and just because the stimulation, even for me, like I'm like Oh my gosh. When you lay down at night,
Yeah.
after one of those days, you're like, what just happened? And
I lived
obviously for
5
our
lives in
kids,
one
it's
day.
yes. And with our kids, it's 10 times worse,
Yeah.
you know. So I used to be
Lisa
like,
used to
stay
be
in the
that
room.
way.
We're hanging out with family. And now I'm like, go do what you need to
Yeah.
go.
Lisa's an only child and I have a big family and Lisa used to be that way. She'd be like, I'm gonna go walk the dog. I'm like, you've never walked the dog. Why are you go? No, she just needed a break. Like, I get
I
it.
don't blame her.
I know.
I
Go do
don't
you.
blame
It's
her. It's a
okay.
lot. Yeah. But it's also so fun. Like
Yeah.
seeing all the cousins together and
Yeah.
just spending time with family. I think I put so much pressure on myself of like the gifts and what am I buying? What am I getting people that you
We
sometimes
were,
just forget like
yeah.
what it's about. And I wish I wasn't
Yeah.
like that, but I'm like a gift giver and I love to see the kids Christmas morning opening gifts and
See, I am more about the experiences. I could care less what's under the tree.
mm-hmm.
Um, one a colleague of mine a couple years ago had kind of told me, and I am working on trying to instill it, but it was like the something you want, something you need, something to wear, and something to read. So it's like everybody gets 4, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Lisa like wants to buy every single gift on their list or every single thing.
Same.
And I get that. And I would just like, how about the
Yes.
experiences?
Yeah.
Right. And because they're going to get spoiled by other people too.
Right.
And I get it. And like, I think, you want to see the reaction on their face and things like that. This year we did get to donate toys. Um, we went through all of our toys and like the new or gently used toys. Like
Yep.
we had to make room for more things that are coming and we kind of learned it like we were giving to other kiddos
Yes.
and things like that. And so that was really a fun, I think tradition we'll do and just start instilling the giving and donating.
Yeah, it's way easier for my kids to give away to somebody when they understood why.
Yeah.
Like they started giving things that I'm like, I don't think you want to give that up, but they just felt like they.
Yeah.
When I'm like, all right,
I used to do a thing called the 25 days of giving. And so I would
Mm-hmm.
literally do something every single day. And I would go to a school and read or bake cookies or hide money random places and,
That's awesome.
go down to the homeless shelter and do a meal and just random things. Then, of course, you have a lot of kids and then it's like you don't have time. But I can't wait to get back to the point where I can make some time.
Yeah, and the kids can do it
for
with you
some of
too.
those
That would be
things.
awesome. Yeah.
Because, yeah, it's.
And I feel like our kids are at a weird age though with experiences because I'm all about experiences.
Yeah.
Like with the grandparents are like, what do you want? I'm like, passes to do
Science center.
Yes, absolutely.
Zoo.
Absolutely.
Contribute to their 529 college account.
Yes. But at this age, like they just love to wake up and run and see the presents under there. So it's kind of a hard thing to be like, oh, well, here's a gift card for, or we're going to go to the hotel in 3 weeks.
Yeah.
And they're like, well, I don't even know what that means.
Right. They don't understand the gift of time.
Yes. And experiences. Whereas they get older,
they will.
We can do different things. That's like, okay, then they understand that. I think it's just like understanding the value of money and things like that, of how much this stuff, like not everything we do is free, guys. Like and I try to explain that to them so they appreciate things a little bit more than just being like, oh, well, we can just do this for free. It's like, no, pass the money.
That's not exactly how that works.
Yes, but it doesn't grow on trees like you guys think it does. But
Cooper's 4 and we've been having a lot of conversations recently about being thankful and grateful for the things that we do have, right? Because every time we go somewhere he wants something and I'm like, he's like, but how about just one thing? And I'm like, so I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, but all kids go through that too, right?
100%.
I don't know.
And then I put it on me as this, am I stemming
Grinch.
this problem?
Oh, are you the problem, Amber?
Am I the problem? Or is my kids just the problem? I always have to have a pep talk though. When we go into a store, we're not buying anything. Your birthday's coming up. Christmas is coming up. Just put it on the list.
We were doing pictures. And so like there was like pictures. Like when you see something that you want, especially like in October and November, like we'll take a picture of it and we can send it to people of things that, things like that. But
sometimes I know just it's a lot.
Yeah.
Parenting has its challenges.
We do the like wrapping paper wall. And so, the kids go to bed on Christmas Eve and we'll put wrapping paper up from wall to wall. And so that way in the morning they can run through. And then we do reindeer. We feed the reindeer. So we go out and sprinkle out.
We need to do that this year.
Reindeer food. So
because the preschool they used to go to, they used to bring it home. They used to make it at school, which was nice.
Yeah.
And now this year I'm like, oh, we need to make sure we have this stuff too. And we leave cookies and milk out for Santa. So the cookies we just made that are very slobbery. I took a video. I'm like, don't worry, we're not giving these to the neighbors because they're just like licking them. Like, there's so much slobber and germs on these. We will not be giving these away.
I love
But yeah,
it.
so
Those are my favorite things,
yeah,
though. I
yeah.
think those are the memories. And like, we are, when we were little, there are things that were magical to us, right? But there was also somebody making it magical for us. And now we have to step into the role of making things magical. But I also think we can lower the expectation, maybe like social media and online.
Right.
And it's like you have these perfectly curated things. And I'm like, ooh, good for you.
But
Love that
not
journey for
right.
you. No way, shape, or form do we have the capacity to do some of those things. And that's okay.
Another thing we started last year, 2 years ago now, is board game night on on Christmas Eve.
I
So
love
I buy
that.
new games, or like we'll get some of the ones that we have, like Connect Four. But I bought like a tic-tac-toe game that you throw the bag at it and you try to do tic-tac-toe. So we'll do that.
I want to
this
get the
year.
pie in the face game.
We got it. Oh my gosh.
it
Do you
fun?
remember Ivy's video?
Oh, yeah.
I just wish I could play the video, put it in here. She's
But
like, just do it. She was like, maybe
I
don't get
love
that game.
it.
They get in their head. Maybe it's
Yeah.
just a girl thing because the boys are just like.
We recently got this card game, and it's like cat, taco, goat, cheese, pizza, and it's a card game. And our kids are little, so they don't play it correctly, and that's fine. But it's still fun. And we've been doing Hungry Hungry Hippo and Connect Four, and one of the kids' gifts this year is everybody gets a board game every year because it's just fun trying to have those friendly nights.
And so we usually do that. We give them to them early. They can unwrap them, and then we'll give it to them early. But it's fun. So I'm excited this year. I can't remember the other one I got, but it looks like a lot of fun. So we'll see how that goes. But
family game nights are fun. We've been trying to put that into our weekly.
And as the kids get older, when they're little, it's hard to play those types of games.
Yeah.
But
and
now
most
that
of the pieces go missing after the first round.
Yeah. And hopefully it's something that they want to do as they get older and older too. We just do family board games and stuff, and I can whoop them.
Yeah. I know.
You're never going to beat me.
It's so hard right now because like Cooper is so competitive. He's like, Mom, let's race. Mom, let's race. And we always tie. I'm like, just wait till you get a little bit older and I'm going to beat you every single time, kid.
But yeah, share your traditions, what you guys like to do.
I think it's just about choosing what matters most and ditching the rest and figuring out what works for your family. And it doesn't have to be like out of the scene of a movie.
Right.
And if this season isn't your season this year, that's okay. If it's taking you longer to kind of get in the holiday season, that's okay too.
We don't have our tree up yet because the built-ins are still being done. And we're like, 5, 6, 7 days out from Christmas?
Yeah.
It's just fine. The kids keep asking, where's our tree? I'm like, it's in the box in the garage. And once Dad gets done, we'll put it up. But we need to have it up probably in the next 5 days.
Tyler, that's so cute. Get it done.
Yeah. Whenever you guys feel in the Christmas spirit. I have all my other stuff up
there. You go.
Just missing that tree.
Yeah. I mean, it can be loud, quiet, crazy, chaotic, whatever it is. It's enough.
And throughout the project at one night, Sunday night, it just wasn't going well. Tyler, the whole thing with the tile, but it ended up being fine. But I'm like, we should have done this in the summer. And he's
Hindsight's
like,
2020.
is that really what you should be saying right now? And I'm like, no. 'Tis the season to be. That's what just played in my head. I'm like, nope,
Jolly.
You're doing great. You're doing great.
Good job,
Thank
honey.
you.
Great job. Thank you. You're doing
This is
great.
not the time and place for this.
Yeah.
Commentary from the wife. So we will survive this, and we will have that tree up.
There you go. Well, we'd love to hear from you with some of your traditions and what you've ditched or what doesn't work for you and how you show up for your kiddos and all the things. So
yeah. Do we want to do the questions?
Oh yeah,
we have a couple questions.
We did have a couple questions.
Mm-hmm.
One of the questions was, what therapy do you think has been the most impactful? Which is hard.
It's a hard one, right? Because it's all of them to different seasons of life.
Yeah.
And I think about Pierce's before he had his knee issues and needed more physical therapy, but obviously speech was an important one. I think that all kiddos with Down syndrome probably need speech therapy, and will continue to need it throughout the years. So I know a lot of adults that still get it just with pronunciations and things like that. So obviously speech, but physical therapy has become an important part of Pierce's journey because of his knee issues. So, but then I also occupational therapy when it comes to like zipping up his jacket and doing the fine motor skills.
You guys didn't get into OT until
till he was 5 or 6. I
Which
don't know
boggles my mind
why.
because Addie was like 3 months old,
Right.
maybe 6 months old.
And he did it at school, like when he was in, like they'd say, "Oh, he did OT today," and I was like, "Oh, cool." And then for some reason, never crossed my mind that he should do private OT outside
Hmm.
of school.
We started OT with AEA in the home when she was like 3 months
Well,
old.
and I think we did, but then when he went to school, they just did it
Yeah.
there, and so we never booked that appointment to do it private. But we did with speech
Yeah.
and with PT, but nobody ever said, and not that anybody needs to
Yeah.
tell us, but I guess I didn't talk to any parents that did OT.
Yeah.
And now, I mean, he does it for like they'll swing him and stuff for like his sensory
Hmm.
overload. And, I think at the end of the day, and you can answer this too, but you got to find what your child's needing the most.
Yeah.
So, or is there a delay in their speech? Do they need help with the fine motor skills?
Yeah.
Is it the physical side? Because obviously kiddos with Down syndrome have low muscle tone and they'll probably always need the balancing and the strengthening. That comes with physical therapy and stuff too. But and then there's also therapies out there, like I want to get Pierce involved in more of the sensory therapy.
Yeah.
So, just over the sensory, like stemming and things like that he finds like some type of release. But then that's a whole nother therapy that's out there. That's wonderful.
There's
because
great resources. It's also like what works best for us in this season
Mhm.
and how many therapies can you have in a
Right,
single week.
right.
And
Because I
just,
want them to live their life too. I don't want them to always be in therapies. And
yeah.
we get to points too in Pierce's therapy journey where he just decides like not to be cooperative.
Mhm.
He just will lay there or like just say no. And at that point, we know we need a break and it's okay. Like,
Yeah.
let's just take a break. Let's give him some time to just recoup and we'll start again fresh in a couple
Mhm.
months. And so therapy places are pretty good about that
They
too. But
are.
what's been best for Addie, you think?
Addie has always been like her gross motor skills have always kind of been she's always been good at
Mm-hmm.
it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Since the day she was born,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like climbing and
Yeah.
scaling the fence and eloping or like figuring
Climbing the
just
kitchen
yes,
counters.
yes, climbing counters, all of the things. Like the hypotonia, like literally she would stand there and just like put her leg, I mean, all the
Yeah.
things. So, I would honestly probably say speech. And like with physical therapy, it's something she graduated early out of. And then we went back when she had her feeding tube and her
Mhm.
NG tube to work on some core strength. And then she graduated and now we're back in for her SMOs and balance and feet stuff, and just more core work.
Yep.
But I would say speech. I think speech just because that's probably going to be like communication, finding
Mhm.
ways to communicate with your child, whether that's through a device, whether that's sign language, whether that's
Yep.
verbal communication, like being able to understand your child is such a huge thing.
Mhm.
And for them to be understood, right?
Yes.
That for
Yeah.
them to have that
Yeah.
feeling, because we struggle with that quite a bit.
Mhm.
Her special education teacher, an associate, we're talking and she's right now it almost looks like she's talking to herself,
Mhm.
but what she's working really hard about getting her mouth in the right position to say the
Yeah.
words
Right.
correctly.
Right.
And so it looks interesting sometimes, but
Mhm.
she's working so hard,
Yeah.
so incredibly hard to be
Mhm.
able to do. And I think some of that is her also recognizing like her little brothers,
Yeah.
like the things that they're doing and saying,
Mhm. Mhm.
sometimes not always appropriate, but so yeah, it's
Yeah.
speech for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah. And her speech is taken off. Yep.
Sometimes in
It's.
sentence structures that are not
Mhm.
necessarily welcomed, but then I'm joking. I mean, I appreciate the like, ooh, good job.
Mhm.
You know?
Siblings do help though, because I notice Pierce will catch on a lot more to some of the things that they're saying and
Mm-hmm.
stuff. And again, it comes on their own time, guys.
Yeah.
I would always
Oh, it
compare Pierce's
does.
journey to Addie's and all these other kiddos, but Pierce is not Addie, and
Yeah.
he will talk eventually. He does. Like he has
Yeah.
a plethora of
And like
vocabulary.
I've compared Addie to other kiddos who are
Right.
like reading
And
chapter books. I'm like, what?
it's just not healthy, right?
No,
Because
yeah.
it's like they will get there on their own time
Addie's
and
Addie.
figure it out. But ultimately, just find what you guys think you need the most and then just start implementing. And I would say maybe not start all of them at once, like in 1 week. Don't do all of
Yeah.
them. Like slowly add on once they get the hang of one, and then maybe add another. And when you guys feel like, okay, we've got the
Yeah.
schedule down, we feel good about this, then add another. Because I've
Yeah.
seen families just add 3 therapies a week and they are just,
Back to back.
yeah.
And there was a time that we tried to do back-to-back therapies and it was like, nope, she's tired. This isn't going to work. And,
Mm-hmm.
you just got to kind of find what works for you and the season that you're in.
And I love therapists because they're so like, especially where we go at child serve and stuff, like they get it.
Mhm.
they're like, no, if this time isn't working for your family or him, like,
Right.
let's move it. Let's set everyone up to be successful.
And for the most part, like some of the things, like it's not a chore for Addie right now. She likes it.
And they
And I'm
make it
sure,
fun.
right. And at some point in time, it, may become a chore and it might be harder. But right now, like she likes
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. And I
Cool.
see older kids there,
Let's
like
go.
they jump
We're
on
gonna
up
keep
that
rolling
chair,
with
they get
this.
out. I think they just make it fun for
Yeah.
whatever age they're at, which is awesome because
Yeah.
they don't want it to feel like work, right? Because that's the last thing they need after a long school day.
So the other question we got was, do you discipline your children differently or like have different like expectations for them? So compared to your neurotypical children.
So I will say back in the day, so there's a period of like when I feel like Pierce just didn't understand. It's like a language communication thing. He didn't understand what we were asking because I would say, go get your shoes. And he'd be like, because it comes with communication and language, right? And he just didn't get it. So I couldn't be mad at him.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't like he was just not listening to me and not getting the shoes. It was like he didn't understand what I was asking. Whereas the other kids, I'm like, go get your shoes. And they know what I'm asking. They just refuse. So I would say about a
They
couple
don't
years ago,
listen.
we started to realize like Pierce is getting it. Like he's understanding, language is coming around, communication's better. And so now we discipline him. And I would say in every season of Pierce's life, we've disciplined him when we have known that he is just not being cooperative or something like that. But now at this age, I mean, he knows what we're asking and what we're doing.
Yeah.
And Tyler and I have told each other since day one, we will not treat him any different than we will the other kids.
Correct.
Because
We're
I
the
think
same.
the other kids will see that. Plus, it doesn't set Pierce up for success
No.
to be the special kid always in situations. So I would say we discipline him the same. Dad sometimes isn't. He does a great job, but sometimes Pierce gets away with maybe a little bit more. I mean, when Pierce
he gets away with more with Tyler than you.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe. Well, Tyler is very good with the other ones. He's like, okay, go get your shoes. And he'll be like, 1, 2, 3 with the other ones. Okay, done. So Pierce, it'll be like 1, 2, 2.5. And I'll be in the other room. Pierce will be like, okay, I'm coming. But the other ones don't get 2.5. Like
we don't
it's
get a
either it
half.
goes from 2 to 3, you're toast.
Done.
But Pierce gets the little havers.
Yeah.
But how about you? What do you
Well,
think?
we've been working on just like different strategies. Having littles is always fun. And what has been working for the boys, or at least Cooper anyway, right now, is kind of like working on he'll be like, can I have this? Or can I do this? Or, I want this or this. And that's like, ask me again. Ask me again when your shoes are in the place that we asked you to put them.
Yep.
Ask me again when you do X, Y, or Z. Like, so the answer is not no, because, that's when we get like behavior issues or temper tantrums or things like that. So the answer is not no, but ask me again when you've done the things that we've asked you to do. Right. And so that seems to be working for him. However, Addie literally just 0,
Yeah.
she gives 0 F's about ask me again when.
Yeah.
Or you can like trying to put the choices back on them. Like you can choose to do the things that we've asked you to do, or you can choose to be in trouble. That choice is yours.
Yep.
Right. And so the choice is yours. And that again works with Cooper, and it's starting to work with Trice a little bit. Addie, 0. But like Addie also, and for no rhyme or reason, it really just kind of depends. Like she does a pretty good job of like helping with chores and working on things. And when she has her routine charts, which are fantastic, those really help.
Yeah.
We have some other behavior things that we're working on or that we want to try and start behavior therapy. But like the things that we're trying to work on with her are not necessarily behaviors that are done in the school. It's just behaviors at home. And, they always say like, the children are she's been regulating all day at school, and then she gets home and she doesn't have to regulate anymore.
So
right. And so there are different behaviors at home because that's where they feel the most safe, which is fantastic. And so we're looking at like, I think it's called PCAT, parent-child interaction therapy is what it's called. So it's not just like occupational therapy where it's like, this is how we interact in social settings. This is how
Mm-hmm.
we share. This is how we do with our friends, like a specific thing. It's like very much parent and child
Okay,
interaction
good. I
therapy.
like
So
that.
I don't know. We'll see how that goes. I'm willing to try some
Is
of
this
it.
all done at home then, or do you have to go to a
I think you have to
center
go
and then
there, or
you
maybe
just
maybe
learn,
both. I don't
like you
know.
learn things to do at
Yeah,
home, obviously,
yeah.
but
And that was recommended to us by the psychologist that we were working with for CPAP, right?
okay.
That most people, like when we're working on some of those behaviors,
Mm-hmm.
it's more about parent-child interaction versus this is how you act in this setting type
Mm-hmm.
of a place. So we'll
Mm-hmm.
see how that goes.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah,
Yeah.
it's
No, I don't. I parent them all this. I just had a thought about the other night and how I lose my shit. I lose my shit. But then everyone's like, "Oh God, mom's mad."
yeah.
And even Pierce, he'll be like,
Why do I have
"Okay,
to get to the
okay."
point of losing my shit for you to listen?
I warn them. I go, "Mommy does not have the energy right now to do this, you guys. Can you
Mm-hmm.
please stop?" And I was so calm. And I intentionally was like, "Okay, I'm listening to myself, how I'm
Yeah.
parenting." And then they just kept going. I'm like, "I'm done." And then they're all like, "Oh, but like, why? Why do you guys have to just get me to this level?" But then they listen. But with Pierce, if I raise my voice a little bit, he
Yeah.
knows. He's like, "Okay, I'm coming." But usually it's getting his shoes on.
Mm-hmm.
Pierce, 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 Pierce.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm like, I'm the like
Mm.
tone,
Tone.
tone. Do we need to talk about tone here? Because I've been patiently waiting for you to get your ass over here.
Tone. So that's all I'm going to say. Tone.
Tone.
Change your tone. Ask me again when you've changed your tone.
Right. So no, I think we do a pretty good job of
Yeah.
holding them all to a certain standard.
We try. There's grace. Lots of
It's
grace. Give and take.
the
and
thing
it's-
about Pierce though is like the alligator tears. The
Mhm.
other ones, Porter just is like, when I yell at him, he'll just look and then walk away.
Yeah.
He's probably like,
Oh,
she's
Addie's the
psycho.
same. Like,
She's psycho. And then Ivy's like, sorry, mom. Like but
Mhm.
then Pierce is like, just big tears. And
Oh,
then,
they
like
get you every
the
time.
lip gets quivering. And I'm like, Tyler's like, oh my God. And then they're like, you made him cry. I'm like, I know.
oh my gosh. Cooper will be like, Addie said she was sorry. I know she said she was sorry,
Yes.
buddy, but we still have to follow through with this, right? Like that's
Right.
the biggest thing that I've been working on is like following through with the
Mhm.
things that I say. And
Yeah.
you know, if you give 5 million chances, they're gonna want 5 million and one. And so it's like
Absolutely.
literally just following through. And I think when it comes to any of like the strategies, it's like finding what works best for you.
Mhm.
I'm personally a firm believer in therapy. I think everybody needs a checkup from
Mhm.
the neck up, and like you parent in the patterns that were laid for you
Yep.
unless you actively recognize those patterns and want to do something different. So
Mhm.
whether you grew up in a blind obedient household or like a lot of different things, like you just have to find what
Yeah.
you and your spouse or you or whatever, like what works for you and
Absolutely.
what you
Mhm.
kind of want, you know.
Mhm.
I remember one time in therapy, my therapist I was just like, I don't want my kids to have to grow up and have therapy. And he goes, Patty, everybody
Yes.
experiences trauma,
Right.
whether it's a big trauma or a little trauma, everybody experiences it. So,
Yep.
yeah, but you know, we're all just doing the best we can.
We are. So keep it up, you guys. Keep it
Rolling
up.
with the punches.
Yes. Try to enjoy this holiday season as much as you can. I know it
Yeah.
can be overwhelming for some, but
That's
as-
okay. It's enough. Whatever
yes,
you're doing, it's enough.
is enough. It is enough. So
All right.
awesome. Thanks, guys.
We'll see you next time.